What do you think when you hear the word Pitbull? You probably think of one of the most ferocious dogs, or maybe you just think of Mr. Worldwide. Well, today's video is going to be a break for the rapper because we're going to talk about one of the biggest what-if battles of the animal kingdom, the Pitbull versus the wild boar. Smash that like and subscribe button, and let's begin with physical features. While the Pitbull is a medium-sized dog, it is still one of the most sturdy, muscular, and athletic dogs. Common weight limits are 30 to 65 pounds and heights of 17 to 21 inches. The coat is short and slick, coming in all colors and easy to groom. With a broad head, strong neck, and great jaws, the Pitbull is a reflection of strength. The body is relatively short and yet well muscled, hence compact and able to move in lightning bolt clean movements, hence high athleticism. The variety of swine is significantly larger, with males weighing between 150 to 220 pounds. However, some have documented to cross weights of over 400 pounds. Females, of course, weigh in less, like most animals at 100 to 150 pounds. Standing at 2 to 3 feet high, wild boars are dipped in coloration from dark brown to black, except for the gray variety. One of their distinguishing features is their very sharp tusks that can be as long as 6 inches. These tusks, combined with their stocky build and strong legs, provide both offensive and defensive advantages. Next, let's dive into strength and agility. Pitbulls possess immense force, which is far more than their body size, and they are famous for it among any breed. Classed among the toughest dog breeds, Pitbulls can breed powerful bites, strong jaws, and well-built musculature. They are very agile, as a Pitbull can pass almost any obstacle with quite ease and can also challenge the dogs to be involved in an activity that requires swiftness along with strength. Sufficient endurance helps it to withstand very high activity levels, which can be prolonged, two characteristics associated with competitiveness. Wild boars, although not as agile compared to Pitbulls, are also physically strong. Wild boars can handle much strength due to their very muscular body and large weight. What is more intimidating is that while having an increased stamina and endurance, wild boars can run over long distances without being exhausted. Hence, they can continue the duel longer and endure more powerful attacks and struggles. Next, let's talk about bite strength. The bite strength of a Pitbull is around 235 psi, or pounds per square inch. A strong bite is combined with powerful jaw muscles, which use a hard grip, usually shaking with tenacity to ensure a firm grip on the target. Hence, the biting strength of a Pitbull is only one part of its capability of doing extreme harm to enemies. Although basically nowhere near as strong in its bite as that of a Pitbull, the wild boar will simply use its tusk as its primary weapon. Although not wielded a huge distance from the body, the knuck muscles behind these instruments can do terrible amounts of damage, and the tusk is quite effective in either an offensive or defensive role. While the precise bite pressure is not as easy computed as it is with Pitbull, the strength of the wild boar bite coupled with the slashing inflicted results in dangerous damaging injuries. Next, let's talk about behavior and temperament, as this is one of the most misunderstood dogs due to its history with perhaps an exaggeration in media portrayal. Although known for their awesome reputation of killing animals, generally they are loyal, affectionate, and intelligent dogs. They make great family pets when received with proper training and socialization. But Pitbulls do have a strong prey drive, hence they can get aggressive if not managed properly. They are tenacious fighters, most often not backing down even if injured, which can be both a strength and a liability in a combat situation. Aggressiveness is directed towards any threat posed to them or if they feel like they're cornered. Boars have a very strong territorial instinct and are very protective of their young. Their aggression is a form of protection towards their territory and young. This renders them very unpredictable, and upon sighting of any form of threat, they charge with very little provocation. Aggressiveness is combined with their physical strength to make them a dangerous adversary in front of a person. Now that we've laid sort of a foundation, let's get into the strengths and weaknesses. Pitbull's strengths are their fierce jaw power, high agility, and excellent velocity. Their loyalty and determination are also strong virtues. A size disadvantage for them is with huge animals like the wild boar. Pitbulls also have a reputation for some kind of overheating due to their short muzzles, and the predisposition to aggressiveness has to be managed by proper training and socialization. The wild boar is larger, has strong tusks, and boasts high stamina levels. The blows they deliver are very powerful and can go on long engagements of physical nature. The weakness of wild boars is that their high bulk reduces agility as compared to other animals of a smaller size. They can be aggressive to the extent of being unpredictable and uncontrollable. In addition, a weakness in fighting is the fact that by doing so, wild boars expose their soft underbellies and might receive severe injuries there. Pitbulls and wild boars have room for another comparison, the social dynamics and interactions. Pit bulls, when properly socialized, can coexist peacefully with humans and other animals. They are pack animals that thrive on companionship and structure. Majorly, how the two interact is based on their training and the general environment where they are brought up. In their natural habitat, they tend to be more protective and loyal to their family members. The opposite can be said for wild boars. They usually live in small family groups referred to as saunders, in which females are the most likely leaders, whereas males often prefer living in isolation. Their interactions are mostly dictated by survival instinct, and they are aggressive animals in the context of territories and young ones. These social behaviors largely contrasted, thus bringing out the diversity and domestication level and instincts of the pit bull and wild boar respectively. Now let's take a look at potential scenarios of combat based on their combat features. Scenario 1, speed and agility. The pit bull in an open area with speed and agility comes into play by dodging the wild boar and trying to sneak a fast one in by latching onto a vulnerable spot. The main defense of the wild boar would be its tusk while trying to ward off the swift dog. The speed that the pit bull can muster would be vital to leave less confrontation with the boar's tusk. It would have to rely on its agility to dart in and out with blows, looking for softer, less protected areas. Scenario 2, strength and endurance. On a prolonged encounter, the wild boar would take advantage due to its endurance and size. The pit bull may not be able to overpower the more robust and bigger boar because it is tenacious. The boar was going to outlast the dog in terms of stamina, and the dangerous tusk could in reality cause much more harm if given enough time. The approach of the pit bull would have to be to use sharp, calculated bites, whereas the boar could simply overpower its enemy through endurance and brute force. Scenario 3, agility. If the pit bull is agile enough to miss the tusk of the boar and target at its neck or underbelly, this is its advantage. The frontal attack would put the dog at great risk because of the size of the boar and its tusk. The pit bull would have to work off intelligence and training alone to find and take advantage of similarly positive opportunities in the boar's defense, as the boar would work only off a primary nature of aggression and overwhelming physicality to render the dog's strategies ineffective. The history of pit bulls include bull baiting and later dog fighting, and that makes them reputed as the most ferocious fighter. Their history as working dogs also means that they have been bred for strength, endurance, and loyalty. Pit bulls during modern times are more used for search and rescue and therapy, as well as serving as family pets. Their common use in the roles of battle and protection that they were bred for lent them a strong physical appearance in both the traits of loyalty and fighting. Wild boars are animals that have been hunted by humans since early times and feature defensive adaptations to a high level. That aggressiveness allows some cultures to look at them as representations of valor and power, despite being capable of taking care of themselves. They combine both behaviors and physical characteristics with their role in the ecosystem. The wild boar is an extremely versatile animal, which seems to do well in every habitat from deep forests to open prairies. In a hypothetical confrontation between a pit bull and a wild boar, various factors come into play. While the agility, speed, and powerful bite of the pit bull would go a long way against it, the size, strength, and tusk of a wild boar would be considerable defenses. The determination of the pit bull, being generally very loyal and provoked, does require that it fights fiercely. However, the same factor can lead to severe injuries against the larger respondent. The natural instincts of the creature does make the wild boar a dangerous opus, which is why we believe that the boar has a strong chance of winning this battle against a pit bull. But who do you think would win in a battle between these two beasts? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, make sure to hit the subscribe button to always stay up to date with our videos. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye. But real quick before you go, want to learn about some rare and illegal dog breeds? Head over to this video to find out now.